as you can see, I figured out how to get this off. This very greasy peg is sprung into this bracket, and then there's the screw I removed that fastens it in. So I figured that out through carefully wiggling the piece and peering in until I could spy this peg and bracket. And I'm gonna clean all that goo off of here. And then we'll be able to pop this bracket back on, or this cover back on, once we're done with this solenoid here. So I'm gonna put tiny dab of fancy oil on the solenoid and wiggle it a whole bunch. And that way should be ready to go. And as you can see, this machine has a pair of belts. There's the main motor drive belt, and then there's a timing belt that runs from the top of the machine down to the bottom. And since we're here, wipe off this idler pulley a little bit. And then the other thing to do whenever you're working, especially with these older electronic machines, is make sure that you don't clamp any wires, because this metal case is absolutely gonna interfere with and cut any wires that you accidentally get bound up in it. And in the course of its lifetime, if someone else has been in the machine, then they could have misplaced a wire and it will be rubbing on something and get damaged over time. So like this wiring looks okay. And we've got our pulley here cleaned and the belt cleaned. I'm going to put a dab of oil on that idler pulley shaft on either side. And that way that'll keep working for a very long time. And because we've been at it for a bit, and I'll reach in and put, or rather this motor has been at it for a bit, and reach in and put one fresh dab of oil on the bearing for the motor that we can access. And then this cover is ready to go on, because all we needed to access was this stepper motor. Occurs to me I need to put a dab of oil on that end of the linkage. Alright. So we got this peg, and we have to slide this cover around the end of this plastic trim piece here. And then when it rotates slightly, it popped in place. And now we're ready to put the screw back in this hole. And that keeps that cover in place. So There, retainer screw for the front cover. I've got all this grease that needs to get cleared off of the bottom here, this old waxy grease. And I'm gonna finish that, and then we'll pop the top back on this and see how it's going. Alright, that side cover's on, the screw's tightened. We put the bottom on. There are 3 big screws here. I think there's a 4th screw that was missing from this machine, because there's a hole over by the plug end, and that is a spot that typically has a screw in it. But the free arm end here being fastened together is much more important than the one hole down by that. Alright, dropped a screw. That one doesn't want to start, so I guess we gotta unsnug this middle one. I thought I had 2 out of 3 started and that would do the trick, but apparently. There we go. Alright. Now we're in on the 3rd one, so. Alright. Okay. There. I managed to smear a bit of grease onto the front here. This machine has the rubbery black feed dogs on it, but they seem to be in good shape and not like deteriorating and getting sticky, so I'm gonna leave those and then pop our convertible thing back up here. We've got the cover here, which sets down in place and then pops over. And then there's this hex set screw, 2.5 millimeter pin, and that goes in and tightens up, and now that cover can't slide off the side. And then got our end cover. Has to slip on, and remember it's got that peg with the set screw that was loose on this. And then the set screw, or the other screw down below. So we're going to get this flathead in, and then once that's in we can do that top set screw up. Alright. Raise the presser foot because that seems to be pushing down against this cover. There we go. Okay, and get our... Is that a... Nope, that is a 1.5, I guess. Yeah, 1.5 on this set screw. There. Alright. And that is getting inside a Touch Tronic 2010 to clean it and oil it. Hopefully it will test okay. It's got wind in place bobbins, so we'll see what we can do with it.